first version was released. I probably should have, but I was like a little like busy exploring Natlan. But we'll talk about that later. But so happy to finally have Kitching on my account. It's been 4 years that I've been waiting to, get her, and I feel like now that I have her, at least if ever I do end up getting her on the standard banner or anything, at least I will get constellations, I guess, which is like better than nothing, So yeah, after getting Kitching, second thing, that I did was obviously check out the new characters. So, Moalani and Kachina were the 2 newest characters released. So, I wanted to try them out. I already knew that I was not going to pull for Moalani. And I think they give you Kachina, so eventually going to get her, even though I don't think I'll ever use her, even though like she's kind of cool, But anyways, so yeah, aside from that, you guys, I actually really loved this new trial thing where they just like you're just in the open world and you can just well, I wouldn't say roam around freely because they don't give you access to the entirety, but at least you can try out like Mualani to like her fullest. And I really loved it. I saw some mixed feelings about it online, but to me it was actually really cool. I loved that shock thing for Mualani, and I loved the fact that she can actually activate it no matter like what she's doing, I really, 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 really loved that. I thought that at first I'd be like interested in Mualani's character design, but I am really, oh my gosh, what was that sound? Okay, so I thought that I would be interested in her character design, but it turns out that I am not really. Yeah, she just has a couple of elements about her character design that I don't really like. Obviously, there are things that I love, but so yeah, I think it's actually a good thing because at least I don't have to. Well, obviously I didn't have to at all, but like at least I don't feel like I should pull for her, or at least I don't want to pull for her. I don't know if I'm making any sense. I'm sorry, I got distracted by that. The sound of cars outside. So, yeah, anyways, I was saying, I feel like that there are a lot of other characters that I'd be interested in before I decide to pull for Mualani. Whether those are like past characters that were already released and that I'm like waiting for their reruns, or characters that are like have yet to be released, for example the Pyro Archon and the other characters from Natlan as well. So yeah, but Mualani was actually really cool, and I can't wait to see if every Natlan character is going to have that sort of like a transportation mechanic. Like Mualani has a shark, Kachina has some sort of mining device, kinda. It looks like a, like, how do you call that? Those things, like she fights and her abilities, but I was really surprised to see that she is actually a polearm. It's not something that I knew about, and I was really surprised. I was kind of like expecting her to, I don't know, either be a catalyst or be to have like a claymore kinda. I don't know why, but that's what I was expecting. So I'd say it was kind of no surprise the fact that she has like a polearm. So yeah, but I really did enjoy the open world trials. Like, I really loved it. And I can't really understand why there are some people who did not love it. I thought it was fun, and it's not like you had to explore and like complete puzzles. It was just like you had to explore and fight enemies, you know. So to me, it's all I love about Genshin Impact, the exploration and the fighting. So yeah. Obviously, this video is, well, it actually turned out a bit longer than I thought it would because, well, I actually don't know why. It's just that it happened that way. I think it's the first video that I record without actually like planning the way I want things to go. So at first I wanted to give you guys like a live reaction to like me exploring Natlan, but then I also wanted to enjoy discovering the region 100%, and it just felt like recording an audio while doing so, especially ASMR style where you have to like stay focused and like not scream and not like be loud and stuff. It just didn't feel like I would enjoy the exploration 100%, so I decided not to go that way for the first time. So for the first time, what happened is that I just decided to kind of like go freestyle, I think, as in I just started recording and was like, whatever it is that I do, it will end up in the video or I will edit it. So it turns out okay, you know. So I guess that's why it's long. It's because I've spent a lot of time trying to explore. It's just the fact that how should I put this? Like, Natlan has a lot of new things, obviously, and I just felt overwhelmed by everything. So at first, and I know this was really stupid of me, but like at first I wanted to, so basically I teleported to the Sumeru desert and wanted to walk from there to Natlan, even though I knew that there was already a teleport waypoint unlocked in Natlan, but I wanted to walk and then realised that it was going to take me a good 10 minutes to do that. So I gave up and started from the waypoint that they gave us, or that they unlocked for us. So I started from there. It's just that I wanted to see what linked the Sumeru, like what kind of region linked the Sumeru desert to Natlan, you know. And so yeah, and then I decided against it because it was completely stupid. So or like version 5.0 of Genshin Impact, or the newest Archon quest and stuff, maybe this isn't the video to watch today. I'll maybe skip it till you like get to Natlan, you know. Yeah, if you don't want spoilers. But anyways, so I was saying, I feel like this was kind of like mandatory, kind of a mandatory like word quest, because this is how you get those, I don't want to call them mounts because they're not mounts, you don't like ride them or anything. It's more like you transform into these beasts, or like rather dragons, because apparently Natlan is like the nation or the land of dragons. So I feel like going through this quest was like mandatory, because this is how you get that, like this is how you unlock that mechanic in the game, which like gives you the option to transform into these creatures. So yeah, but you know, I was surprised about something. Basically, I heard before that Natlan, well actually it was said in game, I think Nuvalet told us when we asked him about the next like part of like our journey, he told us that Natlan was known as the nation of war, and that the lands of Natlan were like ravaged by the war. And the thing is, exploring Natlan, it's not something that I saw. So obviously I have not started the Archon quest yet. I have not touched on it, not even a little. But I was expecting to see like chaos and tribes fighting, and all I saw was like tribes living with like creatures peacefully. So yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe it's something that I'll come to find out in the Archon quest, which I'm actually excited about, because it's been so long since we actually got an Archon quest. Like, I personally only completed Fontaine's Archon quest like last year, which I think was like a year after the first parts were released. But I did not enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Leo's quest, for example, or maybe even Sumeru's. You know, Fontaine's Archon quest was a little, I don't know, towards the end it was really, like, it got me emotional for sure, but at first it was a little bit even like painful to complete. I didn't like those detective stuff where we had to play a lawyer for people and come up to conclusions and stuff. That was a little bit too much for me. So plus there was like no fighting in that quest like at all, so yeah. I don't know, I quite liked in Mondstadt when we like were getting towards the end of the Archon quest, we actually had to steal that lyre, or what was it? What's it called? That instrument that Venti uses. Anyways, maybe solutions and stuff and like solve mysteries, at least for the first half of the quest, and I did not like that at all. So anyways, as you can see, this little guy here, I named him Yuki, just because I thought it was funny how Yuki means snow in Japanese, and obviously we're in Natlan, and it's, I mean, the pyro like nation, and I feel like it's obviously very hot, like warm weather, so I just thought it was funny to name him Yuki when he comes from such like from the pyro, from the land of pyro. So yeah, but here I started my exploration, and I started by the first tribe. It was the Children of Echoes, and I think this is the tribe where Kachina comes from. So I was just trying to get used to everything, see how everything works, and I talked to some NPCs just because I wanted to stop them and, you know, look at their design, and some of them are actually really cool, some of them I didn't really like, or like felt like neutral about them, you know. But there was one that I thought was actually really cool, and I think we'll see him in a bit. But these parts of the exploration, it was actually really cool. Oh my god, that's my fridge. I'm so sorry, it's always so calm, and then it just starts, and okay, let me just maybe, okay, see if I can work with the intensity of the mic. Okay, hopefully this sounds good, and I'm sorry for any background noises. So I was saying I really liked these parts of Natlan, like the first parts that I explored, and I think the only thing that I did not like about Natlan was I don't even know what it's called, the main city, kind of, let's say Natlan City or Natlan Center or whatever. I did not like the layout of it. It felt too complicated, and I just didn't think it looked good, to be honest. Like, Mondstadt has a very specific vibe to it, and you know, Liyue has a specific vibe to it as well. So does Sumeru, so does Fontaine. I'd say even Genuvale, you know. But Natlan, I'm gonna call it Natlan City because I don't know what it's called, but Natlan City, I just really didn't like the layout of it, and it almost felt like it had no specific vibe, it had no like soul, kinda, you know, and that's what I didn't really like about it. And I think, I'm pretty sure that's the only thing that I didn't like, to be honest. Maybe like one other thing that kind of like irked me a little bit was the fact that, you know, there's an event that started as well in like Natlan as soon as it was released. I have yet to look into the event. I have no idea what it's about, but I kept walking into like NPCs or like places that had something to do with that event, and it just, I did not understand whether it was quest, word quest, the Archon quest. Like, it kept happening over and over, and at some point I was just like, okay, can we stop? I don't want to complete the event yet, so just like leave me alone, you know. But I think these are the only two things that I didn't really to know how to find my way around Natlan. Like, so I don't think I'm quite there yet. It's definitely like gonna take some time because I feel like the layout of it is a little bit more complicated than the rest. And obviously, I think if you've been watching me for a while, you're probably already used to this. But when we explore a new region, and there are new kinds of creatures, the first thing I try to do, well, actually, usually what happens is that I go, oh, they're so cute, and then I swing a sword at them just because I want to see what kind of materials or resources they drop, which is like very weird, I know, but anyways, so at least I saw that we can't really harm those alpacas or whatever they are. I did kill a bird or two. So yeah, but look how pretty Natlan is. To be honest, I think it probably is my favorite region. Like, I think it's the prettiest region. Obviously, Inazuma has a very special spot in my heart, but I think Natlan is a very close, very, very close second. I do not get the vibes, you know, I think I've talked about this in another one of my videos, but like some people were saying how it was based on South America and Africa. To be honest, I really didn't get actually I didn't get none of the vibes from the South or from Africa, like nothing. I didn't get those vibes at all. Like, I don't know, maybe I have not explored enough yet, but I don't feel like it's kind of like Mondstadt, you know, like it could be based on anything. So maybe there are a few things mixed here and there, but I just didn't get that feeling, kinda. So yeah, I don't know, maybe, yeah, as I said, maybe I have not explored enough yet. Yeah, but we'll see with time. It's just that I really can't explain 100% why I felt more overwhelmed exploring Natlan than I did other regions. I'm aware that it's maybe because like of all the new mechanics, but yeah, I can't say for sure. There were so many things that I loved about the region. First of all, you guys, the colors. The colors are just incredible. Like that green and the brown and like, you know, those like I don't know how to call them, like the colors on the, oh, they're not mountains, but like, you know, the colors on those, yeah, let's call them mountains, okay? The colors on them and everything, it was actually crazy. And you know, I think one of my mistakes was the fact that I was trying to explore with my characters rather than trying to use these like dragons, cute creatures. And I really should have. It's just that I was not used to them yet, and I tried exploring with my characters, so I couldn't really climb a lot or anything, you know. So I feel like that was a mistake I made. So I did not unlock. I think I unlocked only 3 or 4 teleport points it's 2 days of gameplay, and I think each day, I think the first day, so basically when Natlan was released, it was around 10 p.m. and I was really tired. I was fighting to stay awake, to be honest, and so when I started playing, I had to like drink coffee because I wanted to stay awake to be able to play, but I couldn't, and ended up only playing for like 30 minutes. And the next day I played for maybe an hour and a half or like 2 hours, and then I just stopped because yeah, well, I've just been really tired this week. So I just, even though I was super excited about Natlan, I wanted to play some more. Well, actually, I've just not been feeling well as all. So Genshin helped a little bit, but I also just wanted to, relax a little bit and not like yeah, think about playing or anything. So yeah, so I didn't play much yet, but it's in progress. Anyway, so to be honest, yeah, there wasn't much that I didn't like about Natlan. Obviously, there are a few things that I did not understand, like for example, those fiery statues, or like those like half moon statues, or like those sea statues, whatever you want to call them. Oh, this one, basically the one we see on screen, the one that I just activated. I did not really, like, I kind of understood what they were for, but I did not understand when to use them exactly, so I still have to look into that. And oh yeah, so the resources that we get, like I think this is called the green fruit, is that it? Green fruit, yeah. And then those blueberries that I was picking up, I just loved like the design of the resources that like you get to pick up or like gather in Natlan. I just loved it, all of them. And obviously Sumeru and even like Genuvail, even though I have the compasses for those regions, and even Fontaine. Haven't found everything yet, and I don't even want to talk about the Sumeru Desert because that's, yeah, that's something else. But yeah, kind of excited about Natlan. It's always like easier when you just started a region. Like exploring it is always easier, or at least is how I feel about it. So yeah, I'm still very, you know, unsure about how to use everything. And also, yeah, this is gonna be a big spoiler if you have not, like, played in Natlan yet. I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the Archon quest, but we don't get a pyro traveler. Like, it's just not a thing. Not for now, at least. I didn't know how to feel about that because I was really excited to see how the Pyro Traveler would turn out, and I wonder whether we will unlock the Pyro Traveler. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I feel like my voice keeps cracking. It's just... Anyways, so yeah, I was really excited to see, like, yesterday that I could run Navia and Zhongli as like a team of two, and I wouldn't need anyone else, and I know I could like go on in the game and not worry about any of them dying on me. But I've been running that team for quite some time, and yeah, I kind of like, I'm not bored of it, but I feel like I want to try something new. So it's been a couple of days already that I've been trying to run my Risley team, which I was able to level up, and which is kind of like really fun to play, especially with the fact that like Kazuha like regroups all the enemies, and then you can just like ult with Risley and he just like defeats everyone. I just love it. I'm gonna turn into a Risley main soon. But like for real, Risley is like I'm obsessed with Risley, like absolutely love the character. At first I was like a little bit disappointed with how he turned out to be, like not in terms of design, but I thought he was gonna be like, you know, colder or like meaner, and he turned out to be like very chill, you know, like I'd hang out with Risley, like he's kind of cool. And yeah, at first I was disappointed, but then like you get used to him and he's actually very funny. So yeah, but definitely one of my favorite characters, and I really don't regret pulling for him at all. I'm pretty happy I did. And to be honest, I like, if you've been, I usually do not, or actually I usually try to avoid giving advice about the game because that's just not what I do. But I'm gonna allow myself to give one. That's just gonna be the one, you know. So if you've been like hesitating and wondering whether you should get Risley on his next rerun or whatever, you know, if you've been having doubts about that or thinking about it or whatever, I'd say get Risley, especially if you're into like the cryo element, if you like using the cryo element, like the cryo reactions, go for Risley. He's, in my opinion, and that's just my opinion, he's kind of like easy to build, and yeah, I'd say go for Risley. He's a really cool character. What's not to like about Risley? Anyway, so here we get to, I have no idea what it's called. I think it's like Natlan City. I think they'll probably write the name on screen because I didn't notice at first. Let me see. Oh, Stadium of the Sacred Flame. Okay, there we go. I thought it was Natlan City, but Stadium of the Sacred Flame. So obviously the entrance is incredible. Absolutely loved it. Like the entrance was like so colorful. I just loved it. The entrance was amazing. And then I went inside, and the layout just really confused me like a lot, and I didn't like it. Like inside it just felt dead, kinda like with those walls, like it felt like it lacked color, kinda, you know. I just, yeah, even though there were like graffitis and stuff, it felt like it lacked color because the graffitis were like mostly the primary colors, and obviously the walls were kind of like burgundy, kind actually really cool. I really, really liked it, especially the entrance. The entrance kind of like had such a vibe to it. It was incredible. And then I got inside and it died out. And yeah, anyway, so, but that was one specific part inside that I thought looked cool. We'll get to it soon, and I'll let you know when we're there. But I think it was the only part that I thought was cool, like in this like stadium or like whatever. But yeah, I was actually trying to see. I think one of my favorite things to do when we get to like a city in a new region is to actually go see the how do you call that? What's the word in English? Go see the merchants, kinda like see what they were selling. And I think my favorite thing to do is actually go unlock new recipes, like to cook. I absolutely love that. So I was looking for the cafes or like the inns. Oh, there we go. This was my favorite place inside. I think what you have in the middle is like the sacred flame, and it looked so majestic, and with those seats all around. I wonder who sits here. Obviously there was one seat that was like bigger, so this one bigger than the others. I sat casual on it, kind of like the Iron Throne. But obviously I'm guessing it's the Pyro Archon's seat. But this looked really cool. I think it was my favorite thing inside the stadium, I guess I'll call it that. So yeah. And then I got to see the stadium, and oh my god, sorry, my voice really is cracking. And then I got to see the stadium, and it was a little bit disappointing because it just lacked something. I don't know what, but it lacked something. Yeah, I just felt like something was missing. I have no idea what it could be, but I felt like something was missing. Maybe it should have been more crowded with people. I don't know, with like NPCs, I don't know, but it felt like it was missing something, so yeah. But afterwards, yeah, this is where I actually went, or was actually trying to go deep inside to find the merchants. I know it's because the region is still like very new, you know, but it felt overwhelming to like the layout made it feel like, to me, overwhelming to explore. Like I didn't know where to go or how to, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I would have preferred for it all to be outside instead of inside, I guess. Yeah. And, you know, she has like a very nice setting behind her. Like the Adventurers Guild is actually like, you know, like it draws you in kinda. But this one here in Natlan, it just didn't feel like anything special, you know, just like I was disappointed with it. So yeah, anyways, but I know I'm like bashing some things, but mostly, you guys, I'm pretty sure, like no joke, Natlan to me is now a close second to Inazuma. There were a lot of things that I loved about Inazuma, the music, like the background music, the color palette, the characters. Obviously the Inazuma characters are definitely my favorite ones. The sakura trees, the, like, you know, everything. I would say the art conquest because it was like a little weird, but everything about Inazuma, I just love everything about it. And Natlan is now a close second with what I have seen. So even though there are a couple of things that I don't like about it, still it's in my top three. You know, I'd say the third one on my top three would be Liyue, just because Liyue had I feel like Liyue has a special spot in everybody's hearts. You know, the background music was and still is incredible. Like that's some serious, you know, people put some serious work into that. And yeah, Liyue just has, it has, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like, it feels peaceful to be in Liyue, you know? So, and it kind of like felt peaceful to be in Natlan as well. And that's why I was talking about, like earlier, about the fact that it's supposed to be the nation of war, and it just didn't feel like, you know, it had any wars going on. So yeah, but I bought everything that I could when it came to food. Just wanted to see what Natlan brought with it, you guys. For real, I think I'm obsessed with like Genshin food, but not just that, anime food in general, or like, yeah, definitely. So I was just like curious to see what we would get. I don't know if you guys, I'll try to put a link to her or their profiles. I don't know who is behind the account, but I'll try to put a link to their profile on Instagram. There's this person who kind of like reproduces the Genshin Impact dishes, or like recipes, and I love watching that because it looks really cool. Like, even though I'm not gonna lie, some of them don't look like something I would eat, especially like if it's like bubble tea or I don't know, anything with like kind of like jelly like in them or whatever. I don't like that. But canyons, or like the like red brownish color of the canyons. It was just like, it looked very beautiful, and I just loved it. It made me feel so peaceful for some reason. So oh, and there is something else that I forgot to talk about, something that I loved, and I think it's the only thing that kind of like gave me African vibes from this, but it was like from like Natlan, but it was like really the only thing. It was the background music, but it was like so soothing somehow. Like I would sleep to that music, like really no joke at all. But actually, I don't think I've ever said this before, you guys, but I'm actually North African. Lived there for like yeah, quite like lots of years. So I'm North African, and obviously there are a lot of countries in Africa, and like lots of different cultures and languages, lots of different people and religions, and obviously but when you tell me a region is based on Africa, I'm either expecting it to reflect most of the continent, or at least a few countries. I don't know. But Natlan just did not give me any specific vibe inspired by anything. I don't know if it's just me. The only thing that gave me like some sort of vibe from like the real world, let's say it like that, it was the background music, but the rest, nothing. It kind of like was like Fontaine to me, to be honest. You know how Fontaine is supposed to be based on France and or like some European countries, and like it's not really, because calling someone mademoiselle or calling someone monsieur, it just doesn't mean that you're basing that region on a specific, culture or something. So I don't know. Or like giving your NPCs French names, like it doesn't mean anything. But again, that's just my opinion. It's like the same vibe that I got from Mondstadt. It's not based on anything, or it could have been based on anything, so yeah. Anyways, but yeah, that might be, I don't know if that's going to be an unpopular opinion, or yeah, I don't know, it's just I didn't get any specific like real world vibes from this. Anyways, I think I'll stop at that because it might get a little bit controversial or whatever. Anyways, so I don't know what that big pause with like Kazuha was. Maybe I was just like talking to someone, or I don't remember, but yeah, I don't know why I just stopped there. But then I saw this, and I really want to know, because apparently, or I think there's going to be a chest here, and I feel like maybe I should use those dragons to like slash the wall and unlock the chest, but I just didn't think about it at the time. So yeah. Anyway, but it really, oh my god, I'm gonna be able to talk. It really was fun to explore. I think the only thing is I did not use those dragons enough. I think if I had, not using those dragons to explore. So yeah. But I think the thing that I'm excited about the most, and that I have not seen yet, or have only seen a small, very small part of it, is this region right here, the one that you can see on screen. I know this is like Moalani's tribe, and I love anything that's based on, okay, so two things. Anything that's based on like snowy mountains, snowy lands, you know, anything about snow, absolutely love. And anything based on like the beach, yeah, or like hot springs or something, absolutely love that. So I already knew from the trailers that Moalani's tribe, I don't remember their name, but I already knew from looking at from watching the trailers that it was going to be my favorite like tribe, but also my favorite like region of the Natlan map. So I'm really excited about it. I'm excited to explore some more. I only got here towards the end of like my exploration, and I was already very, very, very tired because the only time I can play is obviously after work, and work for me has been draining these days, unfortunately. Yeah, I got to thinking about it again, and just like, you know, trauma. Anyways, so the only time I get to play is after work, but yeah, I didn't have a lot of energy, so I only played for like an hour and a half, which was already a lot, you know. And I was getting overwhelmed a little bit because, you know, I feel like now I have a lot of things to do in game. So basically explore Natlan. Obviously I need to build a team for my kitchen. I need to level her up, so farm for her as well. And by the way, you guys, if you have any suggestions for teams with kitchen in them, I'm all for it. I'm all ears. But yeah, so I've got to work on that, and then yeah, I have a lot of world quests that I need to complete, and obviously now Natlan exploration